In previous videos, we discussed the basic foundations of custom connectors, how to configure settings, authentication, the auth-ping system flow, and the HTTP helper flow that is used in most other flows. But a connector that can only connect doesn't really accomplish much. Connectors need to be able to execute actions, and that's what we'll discuss in this video, adding our first action flow. Actions are exposed on the connector in Okta workflows and allow workflows to interact with remote resources. To start, we'll add a new flow to our custom connector by navigating to the Flows tab and clicking the New Flow button. In order to expose this flow as an action on our connector, we'll need to start this with an action event card. Once we've added the action event card, we can see we're provided with a connection object, which contains our authentication fields as well as the access and refresh tokens. Below that, we can see we can add options we might want to allow when adding this connector to a workflow. Next, we see the Inputs section. This is where we can prompt for additional data to be passed into the action flow when this is executed. Last, we see Outputs, which will align with the Return Outputs card and is where data will be returned to the card when used in a workflow. We'll cover options, inputs, and outputs in more detail in later videos. Since my custom connector is being built to interact with Okta Identity Governance, or OIG, my first action flow will be simple and just retrieve a list of access requests. In order to make the call to the API, I can simply use my HTTP helper flow that I've already created. We can call that from our action flow using the call flow card. Once I select my helper flow, I see the input fields I can use to provide the necessary data to make the API call. The API endpoint for Okta Identity Governance access requests is /requests, so I'll enter that in the relative URL field. I'm looking to return a list of access requests, so we'll use get as the request method. Right now we'll leave the query, headers, and body alone, but we do need to pass in the connection object from the action event card so our helper flow can make the connection to the remote resource. We want to capture the output of this call, so we'll need to add some fields at the bottom of the call flow card. We know that our HTTP helper flow provides status code, headers, and body as output, so let's add those. Status code is a number, so we'll need to change that by selecting number from the field type dropdown. Headers and body are both objects, so we'll use object for both of those. Although we're not returning status code or headers at the end of this flow, they can be useful for debugging. Next, we'll click the Add Outputs button on the Return Outputs card and add static group from the Add Group dropdown. Since this action flow is returning a list of requests, we'll label this output Requests. Since we're going to be returning the body of the response from the helper flow, we know that is an object, so we'll need to change the data type of this output to object. We won't specify any key reference here, so we can remove that. After saving the output group, all we need to do is drag the body from the call flow card over to the return outputs card. Now that we have the logic of the flow configured, we should save the flow. The flow name should be something that represents the action in the flow. Since this action flow gets a list of access requests, we could name this one Get Requests. The description is also important, since the text can be used when searching for appropriate actions in Okta workflows. We'll also click the box next to Save All Data, so we can debug this if needed. Next, we can test the flow to ensure it actually works the way we want. Clicking Test will prompt to configure a connection if there isn't a test connection already defined for this connector. We can see we're prompted with the same fields from the authentication preview. Not only will this allow us to test our action flow, but this will ensure our authentication configuration and data is correct. Assuming the connection was successful, we can run our test. After completion, we should see data in our Return Outputs card. If there was an issue, we could further debug this by reviewing the status code and body in the call flow card, or review the flow history in the HTTP helper flow itself. In another video, we'll see how to make the connector and its actions available in Okta workflows.